Welcome to our Beyond Boundaries show with Konrad. Here we simply share simple tips that will inspire you to be, do, and have more. Everybody has bad experiences. Some run from them, some try to deal with them some way. But there's this kind of people that embrace challenges. Those few that embrace challenges are the people. They are the real leaders. I believe you are watching me and that you are one of those leaders who is not afraid of facing challenges and overcoming them, because you have the capacity to be, do, and have more. My name is Konrad Agabah, and I am so excited to be here with you today. Last week on the show, we started looking at an idea called the ownership question. We started looking at this question of ownership, and this question of ownership asks you one question. It asks, is your dream really your dream? Do you really have that dream? That goal you set for the year, that dream you desire for your life, is it really your own? Or are you running on some other person's dream, desires, and hopes, expectations of you? God has uniquely created and designed you for a purpose, and He has a plan for your life and my life. And we need to become one, own that dream so that we can accomplish that dream. Last week I was talked about the idea that when the dream is right for the person and the person is right for the dream, the two cannot be separated from each other. So which means, in other words, your dream that is actually your dream is something that is one with you. You own it. It becomes who you are. It's part of you. It's part of your DNA. God crafted you and wired you with that dream to fulfill that purpose here on earth. So we started talking about that the goal worth pursuing is inseparable from you. The desire, the dreams worth pursuing is inseparable from you. You are one with it. And I talked about the idea that we are all wired, and God has put in us what they call the reticular activating system, the RAS, which helps us to sieve out of a multiple of information that which is important for us. And for the fact that we have that system inside of us, it helps us to be able to identify what is unique to us. God has wired us for that. And when we go about their desires we want to achieve, and we begin to identify things out of the midst of a lot of things that we need that has to do with that dream, that desire we have. That is what we talked about, that the dream is inseparable from you. A goal worth pursuing is inseparable from you. And today I want to touch on the idea that the goal worth pursuing leverages on your strength and launches you out of your comfort zone. It leverages on your strength and launches you out of your comfort zone. I will use a story like when you have a manufacturing company that produces cars. You have people that produces cars that are designed to carry heavy loads, and you have the ones that design cars that are designed for speed. And when you use the one designed for speed to carry load, it doesn't produce the best because it doesn't have the functions, it doesn't have the attributes that enables it to carry load. And the other way, vice versa, if you use the one that's for carrying loads to speed to run a race, it doesn't give you, because it wasn't wired, it wasn't manufactured for that purpose. So I believe we all are here on a purpose, and we've been equipped with certain strengths, gifts, talents, and abilities that help us to carry out that purpose we are designed to do. And when we own our dreams, it leverages, it taps on those strengths that we have, those unique abilities that we are wired for. And that's why, for example, I know the first time I started doing these videos, I didn't feel comfortable doing that, because that was my first time. But I needed to step out of my comfort zone and do something that leveraged my strength, which is in the area of teaching and encouraging people. And I knew I had to do it. And by doing it, it stretched me out of my comfort zone. And over the months, I've continued to do it on a weekly basis. What is it doing? It tapped my strengths. It put me out of my comfort zone to do something, and the more I do it, the better I get at doing it. So what about you? There could be things in your heart that you know you should be doing. You want to do it. Maybe you don't have that confidence that you have the strength and the ability to go ahead with it. I want to encourage you today. Begin to take a step in the direction of your dreams. Take one step. Take a step on a daily basis, consistently in the direction of your dreams. And you'll be surprised at how you will get better at it, and how you will blossom, and how you will wow yourself. And that brings me to a point. Sometime in my life, I was faced with a leadership opportunity. I hadn't had a lot of leadership experience at that time in terms of formal leadership experience. But I had this opportunity, and it was a huge task because I had to lead about 12 people in that team. And I had a different kind of mindset when it comes to leadership, and based on my environment. My environment trained me in a different way. But I was in a different environment at this time, and I needed to lead from that environment, lead from the perspective of that environment. And I tried to do it my way, and I met huge frustrations. I was stuck, I was unfulfilled. To cap it all, I lost every iota of respect from my team. That's right, I lost it. I felt like quitting. I felt like dropping and leaving. I was confronted with emails. My leadership at that time was in fact a disaster, a complete disaster. It was nothing to write home about. But something deep inside of me was letting me know that this dream has to do with who I am. It will leverage my strength. It will stretch me out of my comfort zone. And I started doing something. I owned up, and I met a coach, a friend and a coach who mentored me through the process. And she gave me 4 ideas on how to navigate through this issue. One of the ideas she led me through was to create an open door policy, establish guiding rules, give everyone room to speak within the established boundaries. Then number 4, decide and establish the team's success path, considering the team's strength. And those were the things I applied, and I saw dramatic changes. What happened? I owned that dream, and in owning it, I didn't quit. I kept at it, and I grew through the process. So what's that dream you own? What's that dream you know that you ought to pursue? Don't let go. Stay with it. Press through, and you will see yourself blossom. One of the excuses people give that they do not own their dream is this: I'm just an ordinary person. How can I expect something extraordinary from me? Because you are afraid of stepping out of your comfort zone. But I want to tell you something. There is no extraordinary result that happen through the hands of extraordinary people. People that have done extraordinary things are ordinary people like you and I. Remember, Jesus was, ministering, and some people said, is this not the carpenter's son? Is it not the carpenter? We know the mother, we know the brothers, we know the sisters. But you know what happened? After 3 years, he did extraordinary things. You and I can do extraordinary things because we have been gifted and resourced by God to do extraordinary things. That's right. You and I are designed to do extraordinary things here on earth. So, as I cap it up, my encouragement for you is to bet on yourself. You need to bet on yourself. You need to bet on God's gifts in your life. You need to bet on it. Today, in every country of the world, there is one betting system or the other. In Nigeria, we have the Bet Nigeria, and people are betting for their best football teams. They stake their money on a football team. Why? They believe in the ability of that team to win. Even when the odds are against them, they believe in the ability of that team. They make excuses for the team to win. And peradventure the team wins, they rejoice. If they don't win, they don't lose anything. They stepped out. They believe they stepped out and did what they wanted. And they keep trying over and over again. And someday they win. So what about you and I? Are you willing to bet on yourself? Are you willing to believe that you can do the extraordinary thing in spite of your ordinary abilities? I want to encourage you that you can do more than you think you can. You can be more than you think you can, and you can have more than you think you can have. Because there is greatness in you and you are unique. God has equipped you with a lot of potential, and all you need to do is to start owning it. Be one with your dreams. Believe in what God has deposited in you. Above all, believe God. Believe in what the gifts He has put in you. Believe that you, in partnership with God, can accomplish anything He has called you to do. You are wired for that gift. You are wired for that goal. You are wired for that dream that is your own. Step out and do it. But one thing I want to advise you is, don't step into a dream that is not your own. Don't run another person's race. Even when you succeed at last, you will end at the wrong side of the road, and you will never have that fulfillment which you've longed for. My name once again is Konrad Agabah, and I'm so happy given the opportunity to share something with you today. I hope that sure has made a difference in your life. I look forward to seeing you here again next week at same time. Bye and God bless.